as I mentioned, after Nadal, Djokovic, and Cilic to make the semifinals at all 4 Grand Slams. Carlos Alcaraz is still missing the Australian Open. Daniil Medvedev is still missing Roland Garros. So they don't have it yet. They don't have that achievement. Alexander Zverev is missing Wimbledon, of course. But Sinner has done it all already. And he wins this match, which was not the best one of the tournament. It was definitely not as entertaining as we thought it would be because of all the lopsided sets. Fourth one kind of delivered for us, though. I think Jannik should, as usual, get a lot of credit for the way that his game has kind of become more high percentage as well, and how he was able to survive all these longer rallies against Medvedev, who was really determined to rush him sometimes. And it just wasn't really, it wasn't enough because he was not consistent in these backhand trades when he just hoped to stay in the point. But at the same time, like, he just leaked errors. The inconsistent serving would kind of just come back as well. The fact that, he didn't make a first serve in that 3-all game in the fourth. But it's not really an excuse for Medvedev, right? Because in the fourth set, he had a lot of opportunities to come back, or, well, actually to gain that break first at 3-2, right? And then to come back at 3-4 as well. I mean, he had some brilliant opportunities in these points, but just didn't take them. So, there were a few larger issues, but Sinner is the one that moves on. Sinner is the one that is now just 6-7 in the head-to-head, despite it once being 0-6. And, Draper Sinner. Brazy says he would need to play the match of his life to take a set. I don't know. I think Sinner can have a kind of wild set out of nowhere. He had against Maki, right, in the first round. But yeah, I'm not too high on Jack's chances. I think regardless of who won today, Jack is gonna face a huge step up in opponent quality. That's for sure. Like the fact that the last few opponents who played him were kind of out of it. I don't know if it has to hurt him, but I think it will. There's also that thigh issue potentially. We'll see how it's scheduled also. Because even though traditionally the guys who play on Tuesday, they play the first semi, can they switch it around this time because of the American semis? I would say they won't, but maybe they will. But that could also give these players like a bit less recovery time, which is more important for Draper only really than Sinner. I don't think Sinner has anything to recover from after this match. I mean, it was like, what, 2.5 hours for 4 sets? I think he's going to be absolutely fine to play on Friday, obviously. And yeah, I mean, this was not the most entertaining match of the event. This was not the best match of the event, really. I think Medvedev had a pretty clear game plan in mind and kind of kept switching then maybe later a bit too often between the consistent backhand trading and keeping Sinner in the cross-court rally to then just going all out and kind of being more offensive like he was in the opening 2 sets of the Australian Open final. I think I even mentioned after that one that it will be kind of interesting to see, because obviously Medvedev will not be playing like this from now on every single time. He only played like this because he was super tired in the Australian Open final. But that it would be kind of interesting to see whether he incorporates this more often into his game simply, and kind of has this as a mode he can access if if it's needed, right? If an opportunity like that presents itself. And what we kind of got from there, like up until now, is just, well, once again back to being stuck a bit between the 2 game plans today, I think. And eventually he only really had 1 set where he was able to like overwhelm Jannik. 4th set, as I said, many chances. I don't know if to take it to a decider yet, because that would also depend on how he does on the Sinner, on his serve. And that was also a bit of an up and down affair today. But yeah, just should have broken at 3-2. Perhaps could have at least gotten break points at right back at the 3-4 game. He didn't. And that's the end of the story. I mean, it wasn't a great match, let's be honest. It's not that the quality was like scandalously poor or something like that. It wasn't. It was perfectly okay. It wasn't anything special, but it was okay. It's just that how how this match sort of was going, and the lopsided sets. How sometimes you would just go a 4-love lead and no one cares about the rest of the set because it's done. Like that was kind of where maybe the shortcomings of this match were, rather than the actual quality, which I think was perfectly okay. But yeah, in the end, it's Jannik Sinner making the US Open semifinals. He's going to play Jack Draper on Friday. The other semifinal, of course, is Frances Tiafoe against Taylor Fritz. So huge opportunity for Sinner to take another Grand Slam title. Are the other players with a huge opportunity to take their first Grand Slam title? Tiafoe and Fritz certainly can feel like they have a great chance to make the final. But I think all in all, they will more be looking at it like, well, someone has to win, someone has to beat Sinner. Who will do it out of these three? Most likely outcome is nobody, but let's see. Tiafoe just lost to him in the Cincinnati final. Fritz, I don't really know if he's not too predictable, if Sinner isn't a bit of a better version of Taylor Fritz. And also, you've got obviously Mr. Jack Draper, who hasn't lost a set, but also will face a pretty significant rise in quality. All right. Yeah. Thank you, Jake, as well. Thank you, Brazy and Tony and everyone who was there. And basically, yeah, let's keep watching. Let's keep talking tennis. As you can see, 150 subs left to 10K. So we are getting really, really close. Will we get there before the US Open? My guess was not. For now, I think I'm probably winning, but let's see. Maybe you guys can still help us turn it around, or rather help the channel, help John, who said that we were going to get to 10K, whereas I was the dubious guy who was like nah, the skeptic. I was the skeptic, and I just said no. So let's see. Yeah, thank you, Anthony, again, and thanks to everybody. Tomorrow, of course, there's going to be some more content coming up from the women's semifinals. Personally, not sure if I'll be on it. Probably, actually, but maybe on the first one only. I don't know. I'll see. I have to catch some sleep, and I guess I'll think about it in the morning. Is my strategy now? Just gonna like relax, watch some YouTube, and go to sleep probably. But yeah, once again, thank you to everybody in the chat, and I'll just see you guys soon. And bye, as long as I can find some sort of quick video for you to show you at the very end of the stream. Oh yeah, this one will work. See ya.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.